There are over 9 million girls in Ethiopia. There are certain situations that you share just because you're a girl. That is early marriage, not being hurt, being a victim of some form of violence at one point in your life, and isolation. And of course, when you're isolated, you don't have friends. When you don't have friends, that means you have no support system. There is nobody to share your dreams with, or that means you don't dream at all.
The first step really in the Yegna process was where we went to spend time with girls and their families and really sort of try to get ourselves into the mindset of teenagers in Ethiopia. We were really struck that in a society where communalism is almost the norm and is really part of the kind of cultural narrative of the country, that actually for teenage girls, often they are incredibly isolated physically and emotionally.
Everybody needs friends. I think a girl needs at least 5 friends because there needs to be a broad network of support to take her through life, and people bring different experiences. That trust needs to be between a group as well as between individuals, so that the assets that each of the girls brings into a friendship network can be multiplied and be available for the group of girls as a collective.
I had no idea the extent to which isolation actually limits girls' aspiration, their self-efficacy, their sense of control over their own destiny. It's something that we thought we could really try and affect by giving them access to virtual friends.
ስሜ ለምለም ኃይለ ሚካኤል ነው የምጫወተው ገጸ ባህሪ የሚሚ ነው
ስሜ ዘቢባ ግርማ ነው የምጫወተው ካራክተር የሙይ ካራክተር ነው
የኔ ስም ራይል ነው የምጫወተው የለምለም ካራክተር ነው
My name is Taraf Kasan and my character is Melat እኔ ኢየሩሳሌም ቀለመወርቅ እባላለሁ የምጫወታት ካራክተር ሳራ
One of the things that's really innovative about this project is that it's a multi-platform project. So you have a 30-minute drama, you have a 30-minute talk show, you also have an album that is released of all the music that the 5 girls produce. Then you obviously have outreach work as well. So I think as a project as a whole, not one of them stands alone, but together it's a really strong product that obviously helps endorse the message of empowering girls in Ethiopia.
I think it'd be very hard to say that there was any aspirational brands in Ethiopia for teenage girls. It's a very, very quiet media environment in terms of branding to teenage girls. I mean, the whole concept of teenagers doesn't even exist here.
So for me, that is what Yegna is. It's an opportunity, it's a possibility.
One of the most important things on any creative project is that you co-create with your audience, because if you're trying to reach a specific group of people, you need to reflect them, you need to speak as they would speak. What it does in the end is it creates a really strong connection with your audience and a really realistic interpretation of the characters that you're trying to portray.
We speak to lots of girls and we talk to them about what would the characters do, you know, and really get their input and get them to develop the characters and the stories with us.
Girls bring an incredible amount to the table. One of the things particularly is they kept us grounded. They gave us a reality check as we went through the process. So they were a sort of litmus test throughout the entire process to make sure that our product was really authentic and really represented their voice.
So there's been an amazing fusion of people involved in the project. I mean, we've had all sorts of characters. We had Andrea from the London Gospel Choir came in and taught the girls how to use their diaphragm and gave voice coaching, as well as a method actor came in to teach the Strasbourg technique to the girls.
And we had a top producer, Abagaz, working with a terrific arranger and composer, Moniz.
And then Air Studios on the music theme, Air Studios, who are pretty huge in London, took our album back to their studio in the UK and mastered the whole thing.
All of this was done, ended up creating a drama, which begot a talk show, and this talk show, which has brought about a band.
Which has ended up becoming a huge brand.
There has never been any sort of advertising on this scale for a radio program. So I think one of the things that makes it cool and fun and exciting for people to kind of tune in is the fact that there's all this talk about a radio show. So that in and of itself, I think, has been a huge, huge help into drawing people to the show.
Entertainment education and behaviour change communications are not new. That's how people have learnt for millennia. But I think what's really exciting about the Yegna project is putting the concept of brand first and foremost and making it something really big and exciting and colourful and, you know, something you want to be part of, not something that's, you know, difficult and conflicted, which the issues we're dealing with are. But first and foremost, making it something that makes people feel good. And I think that's really important.
ብዙዎች መናገር እንደሚችሉ ማሳመን ይችላል የኛ ማሳየት ይችላል ብዬ አስባለሁ ለውጦችን ማምጣት እንችላለን በግለሰብ ደረጃ እንኳን በአንድ ሰው ደረጃ ስናየው ማለት ነው አንድ ሰው ተለወጠ ማለት ደግሞ 2 3 3 4 ምናምን ይያለ ሀገር ደረጃ ይደርሳል ምናነሳቸው ሐሳቦች የተለያዩ ባለስልጣናት ይሰሟቸዋል እነኛ ባለስልጣናቶች ደግሞ አሃ እንደዚህ ያለ ልክ ነው አዎ እና ስለዚህ ይሄንን ቀይራ ይላሉ በያምናሉ ስለዚህ ለውጥ ሊመጣ ነው በፖሊሲም ደረጃ እንደዛ ደግሞ ስናየው ከሁለቱም አቅጣጫ ለኢትዮጵያ ለውጥ ሆነላት ማለት ነው
The important thing about this story is going to be the results and it's going to be the impact. So I think really the story isn't finished yet. I think the time to pitch this story is going to be when it's done what we set out to achieve.
For me, it's very simple. It will serve as a platform where girls are seen as a potential for the whole society and the whole country. And I would like people to go one day, oh my God, we have missed out. This is where we should invest. That's what Yegna is.